Hello everyone, today I'll be going over a deep house tune I released with a label. I want to go over the thought process behind each of the elements of the track and how they all fit together. So let's get right into it. Okay, starting off I have a chord progression here. It is a 1, 7, 5, 6 progression. And it's a few layers. We have this low chord, which sounds like this. And then two high layers that are playing just the top note with some portamento to make them slide between, and they sound like this. And then all together you get this. Here is the processing for the chords. This is without any effects. I EQ'd them, as you can see right here, followed by a distortion, then a reverb, it's a light mix, an imager to make it a bit more mono because it was super wide, and then going into another EQ just for the low mids, some OTT, another distortion plugin, compression here, and then a last EQ, and all together we get this. After the chords, I have these atmospheres. And then like a texture burning atmosphere. And with the chords, they sound like this. Then I have my verse bass, which gets automated up right here. So it comes in further on the verse rather than the intro. Okay, here's the vocal without any effects. She sounds like this.
You are an earthquake, babe. You are a tidal wave.
So what I wanted to do was compress, which I did right here, with some light compression, and then multiband for this high range that she had, de-esser for a bit of de-essing, slight OTT for some compression, then Xvox for some reverb and delay, tape saturation, and then there was a frequency I didn't really like right there. Going into a harmony engine. So all together we get this.
You are an earthquake, babe. You are a tidal wave.
For the buildup, I have these verse chords, which are from the drop, just at a different rhythm, and they sound like this. And that's two layers. We have this one, and then this one here. And as the buildup progresses, I have some automation on the reverb and the cutoff for these, as well as the verse chords to come down, and then a very simple sweep up, which is right here. Okay, for the drop, it is a pretty simple pattern, starting with these plucks right here. They sound like this. And then I have this little top synth that comes in right on those accent notes. Then I have my drop bass with the kick, and they sound like this. And it's a few layers for the bass. I got my sub here, then my mid bass, and then like a sawtooth mid bass. Alright, that leads into my drums. I have this really thumpy kick, starting with this layer here for the top layer, and then this one, the click, and then this very deep low end kick, and then another top kick here. Some hats here, and it's kind of quiet compared to everything else, but we have a few layers. May sound like this. And then my clap is a few layers as well from the verse, and then a pre-shifted clap here. And here's without the pre-shift. And then the shaker from the verse, and then a new shaker here. And then all my atmospheres contribute to the overall tone. We get this. And then with every other element, all comes together. And the last main element of this whole drop that kind of takes it home is the vocal delay. And I took a few different chops from the automation that happens at the end of this. The O, which is this note here, with a bit more effects on it. And then that gets looped and automated down right here. Then I'll go briefly over the structure of the track. It was built around the acapella. That's kind of the main thing. I wanted a little intro for 8 bars, which is this right here, and then goes into a verse, another verse, and then a build up. And due to how she sings this hook, I went for a 16-bar build up. And then because it's a long build up and long verse, I wanted a decent payoff, so this is 24 bars for a drop. And then I basically build it back up again, except I take out one of these verses, the intro here, and that leads into just another 24 bar drop right here, and then my typical outro, which is pretty simple right here. That is how I produced my Deep House track Be With You out on Horizon Records. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.